Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Hi everybody. Okay, I hope that everybody is online, or you can have your time to look of this new chapter, that is creative process and techniques. So this chapter is very important actually. So you will use many of the components in this chapter in your project. So this is about learning outcomes chapter. So we will look at the a few techniques of creative thinking, and then a few tools that can be used in your development of your project. So study creativity. So from the previous classes, we have looked at the creative peoples. Who are the creative peoples? Okay, what are the creative process? Okay, and then from that both component, we will create a creative products. So in this chapter, we will look at the tools and the techniques that we could put in your project. You could use in your project to create a creative products. So there are a few creative process. Okay, that is all about the creative process. So before that, your first exercise is, so yeah, I will post your question, the questions of all of the exercises from this chapter. They will be 4 exercise. So the first exercise is, how do you define between the creativity and the innovation products. Before this, I always said that the innovation product is something that you develop from an existing product. So dekat situ saya dah bagi hint. An innovation is defined as a novel product, service or process that meet the needs of users or community of the customer. That is, the customer is affordable to pay, to buy the product. So dekat situ gambar yang diberi ada 3. So gambar yang pertama itu adalah door knob, with something design. And then the second one is transparent bread toaster, and the third one is a cup with a place where you can put cookies there. So you can imagine, you have to imagine what are the purpose and how does it being used by the user. So I want you to do this exercise. Write it on in Word document and letak dekat Google Classroom nanti. So all of the object need to be explained. Sama ada dia adalah creative product or an innovation product. So there are 4 models of creative thinking. That is Wallace, Cobbs, Young, and Osborne. You can read. So it is very important for you to understand the concept of creative thought. So for Graham Wallace, there are 4 steps to create a creative product. They start from the preparation, incubation, illumination, and implementation. Preparation means you have to collect all the background information about the problems, to identify the solution that you want to do. So then you think about the ideas. Before you can think about the ideas, you have to think about the problems, analyze the problems, and you make it as incubation. So illumination is when you have the idea, after you got to know the main concept of the problems, and then you have to identify the ideas, how to solve the problems, then you will implement it. So the second idea is about from the Young creative process. There are 5 steps of creative process. Start from the immersion, modernization, incubation, illumination, and verification. So there is an extra of process being put as a Young step module, Young's step model. So the first one, immersion, mean you need to get the raw materials and data, identify the problems thoroughly, and then you digest the problems, and then you put in your mind, and then you incubate, you try to understand it thoroughly, and then you identify your ideas. You illuminate. After you identify your ideas, then you have to implement it, implement the idea. So then after that, after you develop, you have to verify whether the idea is a practical for useful for the customer ataupun tidak, right? Then Osborne, 7 step of creative thinking model. There are orientation, preparation, analysis, ideation, incubation, synthesis, and evaluation. So it has been explained there. Okay, orientation mean pointing up the problems. Okay, identify what are the main problems. Okay, I put it in the terms of priority of the problems, and they prepare the data. Okay, combine all of the data from each problems and do the analysis. Kemudian got the idea what need to be done. Right. So letting up the ideas, and then you synthesize or you put the pieces together, put all of the ideas become one solution, and then you evaluate the solution whether it is good ataupun tidak. Okay, and then